right, the test. A driver drives at a speed of r miles per hour for t hours. So distance equals rate times time. The rate is 65, the time is 60 or 6. What do you do with those two numbers to find the distance? Multiply them. So it is 390 if you take 65 times 6, right? The next one, R is 84, S is 6, so you take 84 plus 6 divided by 9, which is 90, divided by 9, which is 10. Translate into an algebraic expression. C subtracted from Y. What do I write first? Y minus C. 4 more than 3 times a number. 4 more than 3 times a number. It says use X as a variable, so you have to use an X. If you put a different variable in, it'll count it wrong. A driver drove at 50 miles per hour for M hours. How far did they go? Well, 50 miles per hour for M hours. 50M is what you put in there. When you simplify this, you work from outside to inside. So it's 3 minus 7 times negative 4, because 4 minus 8 is negative 4. Then you go plus a negative here and take negative 7 times negative 4. It's 3 plus 28. 3 plus 28 is 31. Okay. 17 minus 44 minus 13, because you have to do multiplication before you can do addition and subtraction. Then you take the first one minus the second one. And actually on your calculator, you just subtract them both. But if you don't have a calculator, you take the first one minus the second one. So negative 27 minus 13 is negative 40. Okay? If you have a minus sign on the outside of the parentheses, what do you do to it? So it's like negative 1, and then you distribute it. So it's negative 9 plus n. With this one, you take a negative 1 and distribute it. So it's 8x minus 5x plus 7. And then you add your like terms. So it's 3x plus 7. Is 18 a solution of this? Is 18 plus 15 equal to 40? No. Is 9 a solution? Is 9 times 9 plus 7 equal to 92? Is 81 plus 7 equal to 92? No. So here, subtract 4 from each side, so x equals 12. Here, subtract 8 from each side, x equals negative 14. Here, divide each side by 12. X equals, I don't know what that is. 9. Okay. Here, you could divide by negative 4/5 or multiply by negative 5/4. So if it cancels there, 5 goes into 35 1 and 7 times. 8 goes into 4 2 and 1 times. So it's negative 2/7. If you know how to use your fraction button on your calculator, just take 8/35 divided by negative 4/5, and it should give you negative 2/7. The fraction button on your calculator. Yes. 8/35 divided by negative 4/5. Did you try that on your calculator, Charisma? Right. So the next one, you would add 18. So 4x equals 24 and divide by 4. X equals 6. Here you'd subtract 5 from each side. So negative 2x would equal 24 and divide by a negative 2. X equals negative 12. Here, you add the like terms. So 17x equals 136 and divide by 17. And is it 4? No, not. I don't know what that is. It's 8. Okay. Here you add the like terms. 1 plus 1/2 is 1.5, or 3/2 x equals 15. And you could divide by 3/2. Take 15 divided by the fraction 3/2, or you multiply by 2/3. You should get 10 in the end. All right. To find the average of these, you add them up and divide by 5. But you have to push equals first. Okay, so you have to add them up, press equals, and then divide by 5 and press equals again. Okay, what do we get for an answer? Divide by 5. So you get 207. The median is a middle number. Now this 2.17, if we put them in order, goes right there. So then this is the first number, this is the second number, this is the third number, this is the fourth number, this is the fifth number. Well, the median is the middle number, so that's the third number, so it's 217. The mode is the most frequently occurring number, which is 217 again, because there's only one number that repeats. Okay, mean, median, mode. So the distance is the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. The distance formula is on the board, Tiana. Pay attention. Not really. So the distance formula is on the board on the left-hand side. So you go -12 minus -9 squared plus 11 minus 13 squared. So it's -3 squared plus -2 squared, which is 9 plus 4, or the square root of 13, which rounded to the nearest hundredth is what? 3 point something something. 3.61, round to the nearest hundredth. All right, finding the midpoint, you take the two x's and you divide by 2. Then you take the two y's, add them up and divide by 2. Add them up and divide by 2. So this is 1/2 and -1, because 2 plus -4 is -2, divided by 2 is -1. So 1/2, -1. If they're both negative, they're in quadrant 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're both negative and they're in quadrant 3. If the first coordinate is positive, then we're going this direction, so it could be in either 1 or 4. And that's a 24 question. Oh, 25. First and second coordinate are both positive. Well, that's in quadrant 1, because you're going that way, that way. All right, so 25 questions. I will go so you're alone at a table. No, 35 was a practice one. There's only 20. Yes, you have to. It's for a grade. So when you were gone, everybody else did it. It's for a grade. Yep. So let me assign out the test.